Stephen Carlson of Carlson Home Improvements. I would have told him I'd only do it for 5 minutes, but hey, sorry.
He had to go to
I have my show and tell pictures here, so if you pull out your little list of pictures. On the top is Andrew Luna's house, if everybody wants to know what Andrew Luna's house looks like. He had a bunch of wood repair work that I did, and as well as he wanted a custom rail put across the front of his porch. As part of, I think that was part of a requirement for insurance, for his house insurance. And he didn't want the standard Home Depot, Lowe's pickets, so I found a lumberyard in Portsmouth that sold a special size picket and installed that myself. So we did essentially what I call design and build. A lot of companies will do a design and build for maybe a home remodel, and I do that for a lot of my small projects. I come up with a design, go over it with the customer, and then build it myself. So in this case, we did the custom rail, repaired the fascia, did a paint match so you can't tell where the repairs are, which sometimes is a problem with the customer because they're like, you didn't paint it. Well, it just blends in too well, sorry. And then on this rail we put on these copper caps just to finish off the appearance, so it turned out really nice. The other projects I've do all the time are, like I have a faucet here, I'll be replacing this faucet in a rental property, so you're keeping everything in the house except the faucet. That's what the client complained about, so we're just replacing the faucet. I did deck refinishing before it got cold. Again, there's another rental property that just needs the deck to look finished. So that was painted. The next picture is a skylight that I replaced a couple months ago. The roofer solution to put on the roof was just to caulk the skylight, but it kept on leaking. And the client asked me to replace the skylight. And then replacing the skylight, I found a big hole in the roof as well. So the roofer missed the hole in the roof as well as couldn't fix the skylight. The next picture you can't see too well is actually a duct behind a dryer. And this was on a rental property. And ironically, the client was complaining about water leaking from the ceiling in 3 different places. And it's like, well, the roof's not leaking. There's no lines from the air conditioner upstairs in the attic. And it's kind of like, well, what in the world where's all this water coming from? And it turns out the ductwork in the attic had filled up with lint, and then the moisture from the dryer, the water had saturated the ductwork, and then it was leaking through the duct. So that was kind of a weird problem to have in somebody's house. So I replaced all of the ductwork so the dryer could work properly. The next picture is somebody, I guess they didn't know how to use the door handle, so they kicked open the door. And that's a metal door, so I'll be replacing the door. Probably won't replace the frame, I'll just replace the door and make the adjustments so it's keep the cost down. Next one is a roof repair. I don't put on new roofs, but I will repair the roof, just like with the skylight. The next one is a nice vanity at Home Depot. So sometimes the client doesn't have time to go shopping, I'll go shopping for them, take pictures of the product, and then they can pick what they want for their bathroom or kitchen, whatever the case may be. So that'll save them a lot of time instead of running around.
Can I do your shopping for you?
Mystery shopper, huh?
Get those. I do those. Job, I do.
The next one is for a house being put up for sale. It's actually the handles for a shower that are a little bit dated.
Just a
Maybe
little.
about 50 years, I'm not sure.
Wow.
And I'll be just replacing the handles. So it's just do an upgrade and make it look more professional, more modern. The second to last picture is this beautiful wallpaper. Some reason realtors don't like wallpaper anymore. So a lot of the rental properties or houses being put up for sale, I'll strip the wallpaper. A lovely job, but somebody has to do it. And the final picture is a deck. It's actually upside down. I couldn't figure out my own picture. But I'm doing the repairs on a ramp and replacing the wood and painting it. So that's some of the things that I do. You know, everybody says, well, what do you do? I do a little bit of everything. A lot of these projects are for rental properties or for homes being put up for sale. And a typical condo or house might have 30 things on a punch list to go through. Everything from the roof to sometimes the crawl space. So there's a lot of variety, a lot of creativity to have to come up with solutions for these projects. As far as what I'm looking for, again, I'd be looking for houses that are getting ready for sale or for rent, if you know anybody like that. Interior painting, right now would be a good time for interior painting. Maybe change the colors of your rooms, or maybe just one wall. You could have an accent wall and change the whole look of your house. And then honey-do this. Either I can give your honey ideas to do the repairs themselves, or if they make too big a muck of it, I usually take over those projects and finish them. Because that's always the problem, is finishing the project. And since I do this full time, I have the time to do that kind of work. So if you know anybody like that, I appreciate the referrals, and I've given you 3 extra minutes, and you could tell the ones who left early, it was only a 7-minute presentation. So Stephen Carlson from Carlson Home Improvement.